we look around the world and the different approaches to COVID and the hysteria that was sort of whipped up, if you like. And now, James, I know you've got very strong opinions on this, which is why you were salivating to discuss in this deep dive today. Talk to me from your side about what extent the legacy media worked to exclude discussion on the COVID policy.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite shocking for me. Obviously, I just left the European Union. I was a member of the European Parliament there. And I'd witnessed the whole Brexit debate, which just, I mean, that was so infuriating around the time of Theresa May and all of that. You know, we were told things like there wouldn't be any sandwiches after Brexit, that gonorrhea would be a big, these were serious stories in the likes of the BBC. So I'd kind of had a taste of what it was like to watch the media being really, really biased and, conforming to a specific narrative, but nothing like in 2020. Nothing prepared me for that. And of course, I haven't had a vaccine. Well, I've had lots of vaccines actually, but I haven't had the COVID vaccine. And so for me, it was very, very personal, because a lot of the things that we were seeing in the media were actually attacks against so-called anti-vaxxers, which is just, that was a psyop, by the way. I'm absolutely convinced of it. That term, what they did is they loaded that term with things like, early on in the pandemic, they loaded it with things like, these are the people that believe bats are taking signals or 5G masks and spreading COVID. This is what these anti-vaxxers think. There was an awful lot of time dedicated to painting the picture of what anti-vaxxers were like early on. And then, of course, that was then taken up. The baton was taken up by the mainstream media. And, and anybody who spoke out against or questioned, it wasn't even just saying, don't take the vaccine. It was questioning the government approach, the fact that they hadn't been tested properly, that these weren't traditional vaccines, that these were new technology. Anybody who spoke about anything like that was labeled with this anti-vax term.
Critically analyzing global affairs, the Muckrakers on today's News Talk, TNT.